Japan is known for its order and predictability. But beneath that surface lies a structural pattern. In many situations, rules and procedures take priority over the actual conditions on the ground. For example, even when a typhoon is approaching, children are still expected to go to school. Teachers and parents may all feel it's dangerous, but no one can make an independent decision. As a result, everyone follows the rules, even while thinking this doesn't make sense. This is not about right or wrong. It is simply how the system operates. Hi, I am a Japanese person who spent 22 years abroad. Today I want to talk about why rules often override reality in Japan. To understand Japan, you must understand how rules function as the primary organizing force of society. So let's dive in. Japanese social organization is built on maintaining harmony. Harmony here is not emotional. It is a mechanism that keeps the group stable. It is maintained through shared expectations, synchronized behavior, and avoidance of disruption. Because of this, rules are not optional. They are the architecture that holds the system together. A rule is not just a guideline. It is the structure that ensures predictability. Breaking it introduces instability, regardless of whether the situation would benefit from flexibility. In many societies, rules support practical solutions. In Japan, the rule itself is the stabilizing element. Exceptions introduce uncertainty. Uncertainty disrupts coordination. Disruption threatens the group's equilibrium. This is why exceptions are avoided even when the practical solution is obvious. People may privately recognize that the rule does not fit the situation, but publicly the rule is followed because it maintains the system's coherence. The priority is not the immediate outcome. The priority is preserving the structure that keeps the group aligned. Responsibility in Japan is not an individual matter. It is a structural load that must be accounted for. If something goes wrong, responsibility must be assigned. This creates a system where following the rule is the safest position within the structure. When the rule is followed, responsibility is absorbed by the system. When the rule is broken, responsibility shifts to the individual. This dynamic makes deviation costly, even when deviation would solve the problem more efficiently. The structure incentivizes adherence, not adaptation. Japan is a precedent-driven society. Once a method becomes established, it becomes the default. Not because it is optimal, but because it is stable. Precedent reduces uncertainty. It allows people to coordinate without negotiation. It creates a shared script that everyone can follow. Innovation requires stepping outside precedent. Stepping outside precedent requires absorbing structural risk. Therefore, change tends to occur only after a new precedent has been formally established. Until then, the existing rule remains in place, even if the environment has shifted. This structure produces situations where the conditions are clear, the practical solution is obvious, the rule does not match the situation, and yet the rule is followed. This is not a failure of perception. It is the system functioning as designed. The process is prioritized because the process maintains alignment. The outcome is secondary to the preservation of structural coherence. Understanding this pattern means recognizing that Japan operates on a logic where rules stabilize the group, precedent reduces uncertainty, responsibility is structurally distributed, harmony is maintained through predictability. In this system, rules do not follow reality. Rules define the field in which reality must operate. This is why in Japan, rules often override the situation itself. It is not a matter of judgment. It is simply the architecture of the society. On this channel, we will keep debugging Japan's OS one layer at a time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.